Gearheads, thanks for tuning in. On this episode of Dan's Garage, Dan's cleaning out this old car.
It doesn't look very clean.
What's he gonna do with it?
Let's find out. Hey Dan. Hey Dan. Run that intro.
Hey Gearheads, thanks for tuning in. As you can see, we've cleaned up the Malibu. So this is going to be part 3 of the 1972 Pewter Silver Malibu episodes. If you haven't seen parts 1 and part 2, go check out the link up there. There will also be links at the end of the episode to check out all the episodes on this vehicle. A lot of really cool information on this one. It's a 1972 Chevelle. Pewter Silver is the original color. It's all original. It has a full drivetrain. We're going to be trying to get it running soon. It's got original paperwork. It's got options like power steering, power brakes, disc brakes, air conditioning, bucket seats, headrests, seat belts, console. I mean, this thing is has a lot of nice options. We're going to be selling it too if you're interested. But as far as the clean out goes and what we found in it, this is going to be part 3 of the clean out. So let's get right into it. Can't believe this is in there. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Looks like it's got the manual. Wow. This is actually the order form for the car from May 23rd, 1972. I don't believe this is in such good shape. Please enter my order for the following: new car, 1972 Chevelle, 2-door, silver, black trim. Here's the VIN, and they specifically ordered tinted glass, bucket seats, floor mats, body molding, 350, 175, turbo hydromatic power steering, stereo tape, rally wheels, rust proofing, coolant recovery. This car, wow, brand new, was $38,2570 before title and tax. So the total price of this was $39,0921. That is incredible. And they had a down payment of $600 because they traded in a 66 Ford and got $600 for it. We got one more thing here to check out. Oh man, it's too bad this corner is gone and it's pretty faded, but this is the original window sticker for the car. That is crazy. Malibu Sport Coupe, and this has pewter silver, black vinyl interior, tinted glass, bucket seats. Everything is on here. Rally wheels, 175 horsepower, 350 turbo hydromatic power steering, $4,443.70. That is incredible. Whoever buys this car is going to have some really cool paperwork to go with it. Guys, that's incredible. I can't believe I found all this original paperwork in this car. This is the most complete car that I've gotten out of Willys, and like I said, it does have a complete drivetrain. He said it ran when he got it like 15 years ago. So I got to go through all this stuff that I just pulled out of the interior, and I'm going to try and get this thing running. So that's going to be the next episode coming up on this thing. And oh yeah, I also have a mystery box to open up. So let's go check that out. Let's see what it is. So sneak peek, I got a new pressure washer. So this is a Simpson 3200 PSI pressure washer. Now, I will be honest, the main reason I got it is so I can clean my driveway, because I have one of those attachments, but it needs a lot more pressure than that little 1,600 pound one I have, or 1,600 PSI, which some people have commented when I was power washing the cars with that unit. They're like, that thing is weak, you need a man unit. Well, now we're gonna have a man unit. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing put together and take a look at it. Alright, so here it is all set up. Like I said, it's a Simpson 3200 PSI, 2.5 GPM, gallons per minute. and it has a Honda 190 gas engine on it. It also has all the different tips on it, and I'm very excited to start using it. So I cleaned out the interior and ended up with a bunch of stuff on the roof and the hood. So I kind of forgot what was in the trunk, so we're going to open up the trunk and we're going to go ahead and try to clean that stuff out, which I know I already cleaned out, but I know there's stuff in there. And then try to put some of this stuff in there to protect it, and then we'll go ahead and get to the next step. So let's see what's in the trunk. Alright, so I cheated. I already took out the 4-speed. I actually brought it to Virginia because I believe it goes with the 67 Super Sport, which I think I might have found the engine for that too. You'll see that in upcoming videos. But as far as this one goes, the only things that are left in the trunk is this box of motorcycle parts, which I don't really know what to do with. If anybody knows what kind of bike it's from, or wants to buy it, or can give me any advice on if I should just throw it out, please let me know. And it just got a box of bolts, which, I mean, if I keep all the nuts and bolts that I find in these cars, I'm going to have a whole lot of backlog storage of bolts and nuts. So I might just give it with the car, and that way I kind of get rid of it, and maybe you can use some of them. So let's go ahead and start moving some stuff in the trunk. So since I found the door handle and I was able to loosen it up and I re-tapped the threads and I got some longer bolts, we're going to go ahead and attach the door handle to this so that way we can open it and close it easier. I do need to roll the window up for that. Then once I get that done, I'm going to finish cleaning out this floor. I think it's just some nuts and bolts and valve covers. Then I'll vacuum it out, and then I'll bring you in. We'll take a look at the entire floor. Alright, so that took a little bit of time. Not for you, because it's magic of television, but for me, I had to dump out a lot. I found like 4 more valve covers full of rusty, powdery stuff, nuts, bolts. I did find something really cool, though. Check this out. I found a set of keys. So they may be the original keys to the car, but of course they're kind of used up and worn, and we've already kind of replaced the cylinder on the steering column, and the doors, I don't think it matters, and the trunk is broken out, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But it's pretty cool to find original keys from the 70s. Let's see if it works. Looks like the cylinder is new, but wow, would you look at that. It actually works. So I guess this would have worked in the ignition, but we have a new key anyway, so pretty neat though. Yeah, this thing is full of surprises. Like I had to scoop all that rust out of the floorboard. That's right, it has a floor. Check this out. Now, I don't know how useful it is, but I mean, heck, you could almost put a carpet down here and make this thing drivable. So the back is pretty much all there. And under the seat, it gets a little squirrely right in here. There's some holes, but look at this on the passenger side. It's actually pretty good up to there. So of course it's going to need a floor, but I'm just amazed that it still has one on this side anyway. As we know, the driver's side is pretty much shot, as is the bottom of that door that I'm just noticing. So yeah, the doors and the floors. Oh look, it has one of those pieces. So I guess the 2 we found don't go with this car. If you haven't seen the interior, we do have nice new lock cylinder on the key. I do have the horn button I'm going to try to put on here in a minute. We do not have a radio. It does have a clock though, that's pretty cool. Sorry for the shaky camera, but I don't have a steady cam. And then of course it does, or it did have AC, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, the dash pad is missing. But we do have one, and it's not in terrible shape. I've been trying to clean it up, except for those little things that are stuck on it, which I'm not sure what they are. So we're gonna go ahead and shove it in the car and see what it looks like. Even the speaker holes are all still there and not broken, which is pretty neat. So let's see what it looks like on the dash. Definitely makes it look better. Yeah, I kind of broke this off. Sorry. Well, that's definitely helping it to look more complete. Of course, it's not where it belongs, but it's a start. And just like that, another piece of the puzzle is complete. Now, while that's it on the interior, we do have some things on the front end to worry about. Now, that side looks pretty good, but we're missing an entire grille. And this side, we're missing a headlight, a bezel, and a marker light. Now we do have a grille. Even though it's broken a little bit, it's more complete and will make the front of the car look a lot better. And we also have a headlight and a bezel, so I'm going to get all that stuff in, show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, I am going to have to take the grille back out, and I'll show you why in a minute. But we got everything in except for that because I don't have another parking light. So the reason I wasn't going to attach the grill permanently is because I was planning on needing access to that front bumper because I bought this. This is a Blue Ox tow bar. It's the kind you would flat tow a car with behind like an RV. And I had a thought that I would hook this thing to the front of the Chevelle and then put the hitch on my truck, and I would be able to pull the car out of the garage. It would follow me very nicely, roll on its wheels and tires, and then I was going to back it up on the side of the house. Did some research, talked to some very smart people, and decided that may not be the best idea on how to move the car. And as you can see, the car is outside. Since I still have it on the dollies, what I opted for, since I help people out once in a while, I called back some favors. I got some guys over here with some pizza, said, hey, help me push the car out of the garage onto the side of the house. So that's what we did. So that worked out nice and easily. Whether or not I'm going to do something with that tow bar or not remains to be seen. But for now, with the car over here, we have a couple more projects. I have to put the wheels and tires on, which I may do like a how to put a tire on a wheel video for the Coates tire machine I bought. Then we have to power wash it, and then we have to get it running. So that's going to be a couple more videos with this thing. But for right now, since it's outside and that's pretty much all the clean out we have to do, I figured let me do a quick walk around. I'll do another final one when the car is ready to be sold. But for now, I'll do a quick walk around to end this video. If you are interested in purchasing this car, send me an email on DansgarageNC@gmail.com. I don't even know my own email address. If you're interested in any of the other cars that are featured on my channel, just again, send me an email, DansgarageNC@gmail.com. But for now, let's get this thing looked at. All right, so we'll start the walk around at the front. If you look back at the paperwork video, it said dent in hood. So I think this dent might have actually been repaired when the car was new, which is pretty interesting. So we do have most of the items on the front end here are missing the left parking light, marker light bulb assembly. It may be in there somewhere, and the lens for that. But the grille, although it's broken, most of the pieces are here for the front end. Coming around here to the 3/4 view, you can see the hood has a little bit of that bow in it that they all have. It does open and close pretty nicely though. And then the side of the car, you see the blue paint is already fallen off. That's going to be the next video on this will be power washing to get that cleaned up. But the body is pretty good. The fender is the worst part of it. The door's got a little bit of spots. The rocker looks pretty solid at the back. It's got a little issue at the front. And of course the wheels and tires are stock, but that will be changed here soon as well. Now here at the back 3/4 view, you can see of course the lip of the quarter is knocked out. It's got a little bit of a dent there on the quarter, and of course the back of it is pretty rotted. The lower valance has got a big dent on this side, a lot of surface rust. And I do have those marker light covers, and the quarter has this interesting rust at the back corner. This side, pretty much the same as the other side. Trunk lid looks okay from the top. It does have the quarter hole in the top there, and the quarter has the usual rust over here. Door has a little bit more rust. Rocker still looks good on this side. And the same thing over here. This fender is actually in better shape. It does still have the wheel lip molding and the chrome mud guard there, and it does have some rust around that wheel lip molding, and it's pretty solid down here. And over to the front end, front bumper actually looks pretty good. Coming in here to the engine bay, I do have a battery for it, so we're going to see if we can get it running. Did have air conditioning, power steering, power brakes. You can see the engine is pretty complete, missing an upper radiator hose, not really sure why. Plug wires and cap we took off when we were cleaning out the cylinders to get it moving. So this video will be coming up here probably in a bit to get it running, because we've got some other stuff to do before that. Now the roof obviously was a vinyl top car, so it didn't have paint, so it's all pretty surface rusted. I don't see any major damage on that. The windshield is cracked, but it is in here. But of course it does have a lot of extra urethane around it and some surface rust on the A-pillar. And it looks like there's at least one hole down here at the bottom, so it's probably some other stuff going on down there. And here at the back of the roof, I can see that there's some issues in here with the metal. So around this back window definitely is going to need some attention. The seams, of course, are pretty shot, so that will have to be taken care of. But the rest of the quarter up here looks pretty good on both sides, actually. Inside the car, you can see we do have bucket seats. They have headrests. We also have the seat belts, the shoulder belts. There it is back there hanging down. The package tray is in there. Looks pretty good. Of course, the interior panels are all in the trunk now. We do have a back seat that has both sides. I won't say they're in good shape, but the floors back here are actually mostly there, which is good as far as protecting goes. Of course, the floor is going to need to be replaced. You got a spot down there. The front floor on the driver's side is completely gone, but the passenger side, again, is pretty there. Again, not that it's usable, but means it was protected. Dashboard, we do have the dash pad for it. The glove box door I broke off, sorry, but it's there. Everything else is pretty much here. It says 7,500 miles, so maybe 175,000 miles? Who knows? Something to note on the driver's side door, I did notice when I was doing the clean out video that the bottom of the door is pretty shot. I believe they do make these patch panels, so I would patch this as it's an original door. And it also does have the original sticker with the VIN. And lastly, we have the trunk lid, which you could see the original pewter silver color. I love how trunk lids always look so nice because they're protected. So hopefully we'll get the outside of the car looking better once we power wash it. Trunk lid looks pretty good on this side. Coming over here, it does have some issues in the corner here. Not that terrible. I think this could be repaired and keep that original trunk. Of course, around the trunk, definitely down here by the quarters, is pretty nasty on that side. This side doesn't look that bad. Take that weather strip out and you'll be in good shape. Coming around the top here, that all looks very nice. And of course, inside the trunk, we do have a floor. As you can see, I have all the parts in here. Upper floor has definitely some holes over there. The wheelhouses look okay. The trunk floor is mostly here, but of course, like the interior, probably something you're going to want to replace. Definitely the extension on this side and at least this side. So you can see this wheelhouse is eating away a little bit around that floor, but overall not too bad. So that's going to be it for this video. Check out the description down below for details on this video. Also some other cool hot rod channels you should be checking out. Make sure you subscribe, share this video if you think somebody might be interested in buying one of these projects, or if you just like watching a guy work on cars in his garage. So the next video is coming up. Like I said, we're going to do a power wash video, hopefully clean it up a little bit, put some wheels and tires on it, and get that engine running. Who knows? And then it will be for sale. So until then, thanks for watching. Stay positive and keep on wrenching.